Hello, I'm Diana and welcome to Live Super Well. I'm here with my good friend and mentor Carolyn Hancox-Barr in the beautiful city of Nanaimo on Vancouver Island. Thank you so much for being here with us, Carolyn.
My pleasure.
Well, Carolyn is an international personal trainer and a health coach, a national fitness trainer of trainers, and a business mentor with 2 highly successful wellness companies. In 1976, she pioneered the first aerobic classes, and she has taught training courses at the college level and was senior program director at the YWCA in the 80s. From the Y, she worked in community recreation and fitness as a city programmer. After 35 years of business success, Carolyn delivers cutting-edge health and business training, plus personal development to those she mentors. Her company, Live Well Consulting, commits to get you results while having fun. So I'm so happy that you're here with us, Carolyn. Thank you so much for having us in your beautiful home.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you could come over.
Yes. Carolyn, I have always admired you because you're a super active woman and you're always encouraging others to be active in their lives. So we know that exercise is important, but why do you think people don't commit themselves to do exercise, or what is a benefit that people might not get about exercise?
Oh, that's a great question because there's so much information, so many magazines, so many TV shows about exercise, but I can think of a couple of things that I don't think a lot of people know. One is, after the age of 25, we start losing 10% of our muscle mass every single decade.
Oh, no.
So think about it. By the time we're 75, how much is that? We've lost half, 50% of our muscle mass. And that's when you look at people, they can't make it on their own anymore. They go into old age homes where they exercise even less, and eventually they can't get out of bed. Now, some good news.
Yes.
If you start in your 20s and you start strength training, even 2 times a week, 3 would be optimal, you can keep 95% of the muscle mass that you had in your 20s.
Wonderful.
Isn't that awesome?
Yes.
So the key is you want to start early and never stop. Another thing, as people get older, they see this spread starting to happen through their midsection.
I know.
And they go, I don't know what's happening to me. Well, I call that muffin top syndrome. So where exercise comes in, I'll see if I can explain the science here. Glucose is supposed to be stored in our muscles, the glucose that we take in from our food. And if we don't have enough muscle mass, if we start to lose it as we age, guess where it's going to be stored? Right here.
Oh,
absolutely. The body creates fat cells to store glucose, and that's actually a pre-diabetic state. So it's The other thing, and I think this would help people just in terms of time, people always ask me, when should I exercise?
Yes.
What's the best time? I will tell them, if you can, exercise in the morning. And the reason is, when you exercise 30 minutes or more, everything you eat is metabolized at a higher rate.
Wow.
So think about it. We can eat more.
Those are great news. And you talk about exercise. How much and how often?
Okay, so strength exercise, I always say to people, when you're building muscle, and in that building muscle phase, you want to be exercising maybe 30 minutes a day, 3 times a week.
Yes.
That's plenty. Like, you don't have to spend hours in the gym.
Oh, wow.
You can even do it at home, like with your own body weight, or dumbbells, or a ball, or resistance tubing. There's so many ways. I always say to people, you're going on holidays, here's some resistance tubing, put it in your suitcase and take it with you.
Yes.
Those are the 2 most important in terms of really health gains. But flexibility training, do you know you can do it every day? There's no reason you cannot do some stretching every day. Super important. People think about it for their muscles, but actually flexibility training is for your joints. It keeps your joints mobile. It's the youth exercise.
Well, how come?
Well, again, now think about a little kid. As when we're little, or if you have any little children, you think about it, they can put their leg behind their head. They're so flexible.
Yes.
But as we age, our joints get less and less flexible. And for many, over time, their joints actually calcify, which creates osteoarthritis.
Oh my goodness.
So flexibility training keeps those joints flexible, which in turn turns into the muscles, and the muscles are flexible. So you can do more, you can stretch farther, you can reach higher, you can touch the floor, you can pick up those groceries. To avoid this and to actually get yourself at your best optimum weight, of course there's more than just exercise, but from an exercise point of view, what you want to do is you want to think about your cardiovascular, your aerobic exercise 5 to 6 days a week. That's more than most people think.
Yes.
But it doesn't have to be that long, 30 minutes to 60 minutes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that could even be brisk walking.
And talking about large people, what kind of activities can a large person do?
You want to do exercises that are easy on the joints. Mm-hmm. So the first thing that most people think about is swimming. I'm going to swim.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, makes sense, doesn't it? There's no joint pressure at all. But to actually burn sufficient calories and to burn fat, you actually need to create this furnace in your body, okay? When you're swimming, especially here in Nanaimo, it cools the body down.
Yes.
So it's great for your flexibility, it's great for your muscles, but it's not the key if you want to lose fat. So to lose fat, if you're overweight or a little bit heavy, I would suggest even brisk walking. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now when I say brisk, it's not like mall walking. Brisk is you're out there maybe with a friend, you can talk to the friend, you're a little bit out of breath, but I can't sing. So no opera when you're brisk walking. Absolutely not. Now, so brisk walking is something you can do anytime, anywhere. Mm-hmm. What about inside? There's so many machines these days. I'd really recommend a recumbent bike or a cross trainer, also called an elliptical, where you're using upper body and your lower body.
Yes.
Burns a lot of calories because you're working cross crawl. So those two pieces of equipment are really good. Also, a low impact class where you're not doing a lot of jumping, but a low impact class would be great. Mm-hmm.
And is there a difference between the exercises that women or men will do or need to do?
No. No and yes. Let me put it this way.
Okay.
Men and women should all do cardiovascular, that's aerobic exercise. Mm-hmm. They should all do some strength training, and they should all do some flexibility training. Now, it really comes down to preference. For example, most group exercise classes, if you look, there's going to be more women than men. Because women are more naturally coordinated. Sorry, you guys out there, but most women are. And they tend to enjoy. So it's really about enjoyment.
That's right.
Yeah, it is. And so my advice to men would be to find cardio activities you really enjoy. Definitely get a good strength training program. Do it 2, maybe 3 times a week. Now, flexibility, that's something that a lot of people just go, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Men, Yana.
Yes.
Men need flexibility training even more than women.
Why?
Because of testosterone and a number of other hormones, men are less flexible than women. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's really even more important for them to focus on flexibility training.
Wow.
The top 3.
Perfect. And Carolyn, do you have another nugget of wisdom so our audience in Live Super Well can take home and practice?
Let's see, a nugget. Yes. Exercise is so important for you that I'm going to give you an idea of how to make it part of your life. You probably use a calendar or a day timer,
Everybody,
something like cell phone. So what you want to do is 5 to 6 days a week, just program that exercise in for yourself. It's an appointment with yourself. And when someone wants you to do something, you basically just go, I'm sorry, I have an appointment or I have a meeting. It's a meeting with yourself.
Yes.
You are so important. It's going to change the quality of life if you can exercise 5 to 6 days a week.
Wow. Thank you so much, Carolyn. I really enjoyed your time, and that's why she is my mentor. And thank you so much for watching. You heard Carolyn. We need to get an appointment with ourselves because we are worth it.
Yes.
And Do you like this video? Share it with your friends and family. Come to livesuperwell.com and subscribe. There are some other things that we share only through email. One more time, thanks for watching and see you next time. Ciao.